I am on page 20 in the exercise book, and we're looking at problem number 5. Which is the least unit price? So I have 4 pounds of apples for $5.96. So $5.96 over 4. We want to know the price for 1 pound. So you just divide that. $5.96 divided by 4 is $1.49. And I think I'm going to bring my pen size down just a little so it's a little bit easier to read. Then B is 5 pounds of bananas for $3.45. So that's $3.45 divided by 5. That's 69 cents per pound. Then C, we have pears that are $7.14 for 6 pounds. So $7.14 divided by 6, the unit rate is $1.19 for 1 pound. D, we have grapes, $13.23 for 7 pounds. So $13.23 divided 7 is $1.89 a pound. And then finally on E, we have 8 pounds of tangerines for $5.20. So if you break that down to 1 pound, that's going to be a pretty good deal. That's 65 cents a pound. And we're looking for the least unit price. And it is the tangerines. 65 cents a pound. I'm going to go with answer E. Number 6. I don't think that's quite dark enough, is it? Tell you what, let me try to lower that millimeters down a little. The following table shows information about vitamins that come in 3 different sizes of bottles. So you can get a small, a medium, a large bottle. What is the difference between? So I'm going to have to subtract. The unit price of a tablet in the medium bottle and the unit price of a tablet in the larger bottle. So the small bottle is not a part of this problem. That's called a distractor. And you have to learn to look for distractors. Okay, the unit price for the medium bottle. So I look up there and I find medium. We have $7.80 for 100 tablets. So I'm doing dollars per tablets. So for 1 tablet in this bottle, we have 0.078. And then in the large bottle, we're doing dollars and tabs again. And in this one, the price is $11.70 for 150 tabs. So let's break down that one. It's interesting. Would you agree that they're the same? So whether you buy the medium bottle or the large bottle, you're going to pay about 8 cents per tablet. But the question says, what is the difference? So we have to say 0.078 minus 0.078, and the difference is 0. There is no difference in the unit prices of those bottles. It just depends on how many of the tablets you need, but you're getting the same value for both of those options. Number 7. A student council is composed of 9 members who represent 240 girls and 192 boys. All right, let's stop here and get this fixed in our minds. Here's 240 girls and 192 boys. And I'm just using the science symbols for females and males. All right, so what is this problem saying to me? It's saying that you have this big school population where you have 240 girls and you have 192 boys. So how many students is that? 240 plus 192 is 432 total students. That's the whole school. So this represents a school. Then you have a little section of the school where that's not very good, is it? Let me try that again. Okay, so here's the student council. And get it fixed in your mind what a student council does. A student council represents the whole school. They're elected to student government to speak for all the students in the school. And they tell us that the student council has 9 total members. Now, I can assume that some of those are female and some of them are male. Now, I can't promise you that until we finish the problem, but I would hope that that's the case, that they're not all girls or they're not all boys, that all students in this school are represented. So let's keep reading. The ratio of girls to boys on the council, so there are both boys and girls on the council, is the same as the ratio of girls to boys in the student body. So let's think about what that's saying. The ratio of girls to boys let's go ahead and write a ratio. So here we have 240 girls to 192 boys. And that's going to be the same as the ratio of girls to boys on this group. Now, it can't be 240 to 192 because there are only 9 people on the student council. But what they're saying is that the two are proportionate, that they form a proportion. So 240 to 192 will pass the proportion test when we get this other ratio. But we have to figure out the other ratio. How many girls and how many boys are on the council? So I'm going to pick the girls first, just because they're in line first here. And I'm going to say there are 240 girls out of 432 students in this school. So I'm just writing the ratio of girls to the total. There are 9 kids on the council, so let's figure out how many of them are girls. So you'll say 240 times 9 is 2160. Divide that by 432, and you will get 5. So there are 5 females on the council. You can do the boys. I'll go ahead and do that, but I can just say 9 minus 5 and get 4 right here. That would be just fine. But I'm going to show you, just for the sake of practice, how you could do it this way also. So for the whole school, there were 432 students total. 192 of them are boys. And of the 9 people on the council, we already know it's 4, but let's see why it's 4. 192 times 9 is 1728. And 1728 divided by 432 is 4. So 4 boys, 5 girls, that's the 9 on the council. And let's see if this is indeed proportionate. If it is, we know we have this one right. So I'm going to put up 5 and 4, and let's cross multiply. So 192 times 5 is 960. 240 times 4 is, guess what? 960. So all this is telling me is that I did the math right. It's not saying there are 960 students. It's just telling me that this is the correct setup for this problem. So for this one, what was the question? Oh, how many of each? So we want 5 girls, 4 boys. I'm liking answer D for number 7. Again, I will check these when we get finished. Okay, number 8. Number 7 was hard. That's a hard question. A package containing 4 rolls of paper towels costs $6.36. After that duck problem, I'm going to be drawing myself a package here. Well, easy for me to say. All right. And in this package of paper towels, there are 4 rolls. Right? Yes. And the whole package is $6.36. A single roll of paper towels, the same brand of paper towels, costs $1.89 if you buy it just individually. How much do you save per roll? That is a unit rate. So we already know that $1.89 for one. We need to find the unit rate for the package deal. So $6.36 divided by 4 is $1.59. How much do you save? That's a subtraction clue. By buying the 4-roll package instead of the 4 individual rolls. So how much do you save per roll to buy the package deal? So you have $1.89 minus $1.59. So you are saving 30 cents per roll. And that's what they asked me. So I like A for this one. But let me go ahead and show you that if they were to ask you how much you save, well, I'm going to leave it there. I don't want to get you confused. Just pretend I didn't say that. I believe the answer to number 8 is A. Number 9. The ratio of paperbacks to hardbacks Now notice that word 2. On Celine's bookshelf is 5 to 3. And remember, that means the same as the word 2. What is the ratio of hardbacks to all books? Okay. So we have 5 paperbacks to 3 hardbacks. So this is a sample total of 8. So then I'm ready to set this up. The hardback books we know, and now we know the total. We know the all. So I'm going to say 3 hardbacks to 8 total. So I like answer B for this one. The only math I had to do there was to add these two. 5 and 3 make 8. It's all about the reading on these. Alrighty, number 10. Which statement is incorrect? So which statement is false? Laverne drove 40 miles in 2 hours. So her average speed was 80 miles per hour. So is this proportion true? 2 times 80 is 160. And 40 times 1 is 40. This is not a proportion. Those don't match. So that is a false statement. If I were on a test, I would mark that one and move on because it's not true. But let's look at B. We know that this is our answer, or we believe that it is. With me, anything's possible. Jared drove 120 miles, and I'm not going to write miles and hours this time because we already know that's what we're doing, in 3 hours. So his average speed was 40 miles per hour. Well, you can do the proportion, or you can do 120 divided by 3 and get 40 to 1. So this is a true statement. You can also multiply this way and make sure if you want to. C, Olga drove 240 miles in 5 hours. So 240 divided by 5 is 48 to 1. So her average speed was 48 miles per hour. That's true. Dan drove 210 miles in 6 hours. 210 divided by 6 is 35. So his average speed was 35 miles per hour. And finally, Millie drove 180 miles in 3 hours. So her average speed was 60 miles per hour. That is true as well. So I believe that the answer to number 10 is A. And while I have you with me on this video, let's go back and check, starting with number 5. 5 is E. Was that number 5? My goodness. Yes, this was number 5. 5 was E. 6 was A. 7D, 8A, 9B, and 10A. So far, we are 10 for 10 on these problems. So I'm going to stop the video and we'll come back and look at page 21.